Hey guys, it's Tommeh, and here I am with...
Rocky Reborn.
And
Jonathan the Dog.
And welcome to this... What is it, a rant? Yeah, we'll call this a rant on...
It is a rant.
It's sort of a rant slash review, as most of them are, of the new update that just came out on the Toontown Rewritten website. Now, as you can see by the title and the big glaring blue text on the screen, that it's Toonfest. Toonfest is back again.
Why?
This event last year is what ruined TTR for me. This entire event.
So basically, I assume... Well, let's read down a little bit. With the closing of Toontown Online, yada yada yada, we already know...
Can I read the funniest phrase, please? I'm gonna read the funniest part.
Yeah, which one?
Let me read this. Go down to where it says what happens at Toonfest.
Okay.
Wait, was that it? Fuck, sorry. Yeah, I think it was. No. Go to what is Toonfest. Sorry for fucking up. Yeah, go to what is Toonfest. I'll read it. Okay. Toonfest, based on the name of Disney's real-life Toontown party at Disneyland and Disney World, is the annual celebration of all things Toontown. It's time to take a break from the cog battles, make some new friends, and now listen real closely, and play some fun games while we think about how far we've come.
If by fun you mean mindless point and click, and how far they come, what means an improved Bossbot HQ, and by improved I mean ruined, then yes, they have gone far.
It's those last four words that really just resonate. How far
they have only implemented one feature from Toontown Online in the past year, and that was ready 1 year before they even came out with it. It was ready with the other HQs. So really, they haven't worked on one single thing from Toontown Online this entire past year. Not one. Really sad.
I just think the really annoying part is that they've focused so much on making what they call new content, like the Toonfest area, which was no fun at all. It was just a lag fest and a bunch of useless shit. And this is, I don't know, this is kind of a controversial subject. The Bossbot HQ playground, or the new area of it, like, I think it was excessive. I don't think it was needed. It was cool looking, and I think it was, like, a good showing of their effort and some of their talent, but overall, I don't think it was entirely necessary.
Yeah, it was, like, I love areas like that, and I just personally like scenery and games and such, and it was great. The content creators like Roger Dog, Speedway Master, all the texture artists, Slate, whatever, they did fabulous jobs making that, but it's useless. It was only around for a short while. There's no purpose in it other than to distract. Because you know how Disney, back in 2011, up to the closing in 2013, all they did was add accessories, and that's similar to Toonfest, is just a distraction from the main game. If you think about it, oh, they're adding all this cool new stuff. You could say the same thing for Disney back in 2012. Ooh, cool, they're adding all these cool accessories. And that's where TTR is headed too. They're adding, oh look, all these new accessories, new Toonfest accessories, this accessory, that accessory. It's the same thing Disney's doing. And hell, yesterday was August 19th. And why is that date of any significance? It's not the date Toontown closed, but it's the date that they announced Toontown closing. And many people know that TTR started work practically the day they announced the closing, which means Toontown Rewritten has been in the works for 2 years. This past year, they have added no TTO features. Bossbot HQ, that doesn't count. That was ready even before. All they did was have their content creators make new models, make new textures. So in the past year, they have not worked on one single feature. Even script kiddies like myself, I'm not a script kid. I just like edit localizers and shit like that for fun. But even people with little coding experience like myself could add those tweaks that they did back in February. And now Toonfest, it's great what the content creators are doing. The Bossbot HQ remake I think was beautiful. All the new models and stuff, they're great, they're fabulous. But you know, just no useful features have been worked on for a whole year. It just and now they're just doing this. Yeah. Wait, sorry, Jonathan, what was that?
Basically, to put it in short on what Rocky is saying, there's only so much some pretty models can go to.
Yeah, like there's enough glamour you can add to the game before people won't take it anymore. And as we've seen from Toontown Infinite, Toontown Stride, they're gathering players because they're actually getting the features out. People are slowly distancing from TTR. A little Storm Cellbot won't hold us forever. And hell, that'll just even make the game worse, but this isn't the Storm Cellbot thing. Tommy, do you have to say anything?
Yeah, like, you think about this. I mean, like, people would have mixed answers to this question, but if you bought a car, would you rather buy a car that looks cool but runs like shit and will probably break down in a week? Or would you rather have something that's actually useful, will get you where you need to go, and have a long lifetime? Now, my analogy to that is, would you rather have, like, a new texture or, like, a new, like, artwork or something visually appealing added to the game, or would you rather have doodles or golfing or just the simple existence of Boss Fight HQ? Like, TTR fanboys aside, I'm sure everyone would have been perfectly fine if they just simply released Boss Fight HQ without all the hype, all the let's hunt around and find Boss Fight HQ or whatever that shit was. I just think sometimes they go a little bit overboard, and they just, I think the TTR staff gets a high out of, like, getting all the hype up and making everyone speculate and, like, pass all this shit around and make all the stupid comments on their blog posts. Like, I think they get a rise out of that, and that is something that I just find really appalling.
You know, considering the fact that Joey, the main one behind Toontown Reminiscent in the first place, is basically nothing more than just a pitiful hacker back in TTO, it wouldn't surprise me if what you just said was the case.
Yeah, now, some people might say, well, doodles are taking a long time to implement them because at Toonfest they said there were some issues or what have you, but in the call also here, I don't know if he wants to speak, I'm kind of putting him on the spot here, but in the call we have John Cote. He's worked on various Toontown projects. Now, John, can you tell us, like, what the deal is with adding all these features? Is it this hard, really?
Alright, so the thing you have to think about with doodles is that doodles are kind of a mixed bag because you have the server code in the client, but their walking capabilities have to be rewritten. Now, various servers have done this. Toontown House has completely rewritten the walking logic. Toontown Infinite has taken a different approach on this, where they actually reverse engineer Disney's method of doodle walking. But Toontown Rewritten mentioned at Toonfest that the reason that doodles are not implemented yet is because they are written in C++ and they take up a lot of server. They do a lot of server like querying, and they also said that the cause of Nutty River lag was doodles. This can go either way. One thing, doodles are not written in C++. Well, the mover is, but that's been translated Python by various other servers, so that's easy. But the causing district lag is easily fixed. In fact, I can name 2 servers off the top of my head that have implemented doodles and properly fixed any lag caused by doodles in a very short amount of time. Probably like a week they've had doodles fully working. It's not hard at all. Either TTR is trying to change up how doodles work, or they're just fucking around. I don't know.
Probably both. Yeah, probably both, knowing what TTR does, though. Yeah, it's just bullshit, because all these other smaller servers with less developers, I'm going to assume, than TTR, they already have all this stuff in. Golfing, I would think, is extremely easy. They were trying to add it back in alpha, but were epically failing at it. As for other stuff, field offices, those are a joke. Every other server all has them.
Golfing's easy, but TTR has a unique problem that other servers haven't had, where the golf balls will just randomly like spaz out and like they won't go where you want them to go. That's a TTR specific issue with their engine or something. Toontown Infinite hasn't had that issue, neither have any other servers. Field offices are sort of easy, but all the other servers you see with field offices have more than likely been using Toontown House's source for that, because field offices are one of those features like racing that have to be completely rewritten. So, and TTR is also planning on redesigning field offices to be somewhat enjoyable, unlike Disney's versions of field offices. Probably incorporating them with toon tasks and stuff to actually have some worth, other than just being useless buildings that clog up streets like they did on Toontown Online. Field offices I can understand. Golfing I can't. Doodles I can't. What other missing features?
Who gives a
do they
shit
have?
about parties, but still.
But
Parties,
still, it's like
yeah.
it's another feature. Like, I just think about this whole thing. Like, okay, you said, John, back in Alpha, they were talking about having troubles with golfing. Like, you think in 2 years, like, I know it's probably not at the top of their agenda, but still, you'd think in 2 years they'd at least have something figured out.
They should at least try to fix it, because golfing is needed for people to progress, like, to get higher laugh. Like, that's one of the ways that people can actually, like, get more laugh is through golfing, and that feature's not there, so people can't even, like, max their tunes if they wanted to. It's just the idea. That's one of the features that should be there, just because it actually, like, helps you progress your tune in some form.
Yeah, and some also may argue, oh, well, it's worth it because Toontown and Rin, when they implement it, they're making sure there's no bugs to go with it. That is probably the most stupidest statement I have ever heard in my entire life. Because lots of people use that excuse on a daily basis, and if you actually look at any updates Toontown and Rin has done in their entire existence, they barely check it first to see if it actually works.
Toontown Rewritten has its fair share of bugs and exploits, and in the case of some, like, where they tested to make sure that it has no bugs or anything, if that was the case, then because golfing's been released twice now, but quickly taken off the server. If they were making sure that it had no bugs, you wouldn't have even seen golfing release either of those times. But they released it twice, and it was bugged both times, once in alpha and once in beta. And if you look at any other server, like look at Toontown Infinite, their golfing is basically perfect, has no issues. So, not to say that other servers also don't release stuff with bugs, because they do, but to use the excuse that TTR makes sure everything works perfectly is not entirely valid at all.
Yeah, if you use that statement, you're just pulling it out of your ass. But anything to say on this, Tommeh or Jonathan?
Basically, to sum it up in short, for this entire Toontown experience, the ends completely justify the means.
It's kind of funny how, I think it's kind of funny how we've totally gotten off the topic of Toonfest, just because, in all honesty, it's not worth talking about.
There's nothing in Toonfest. It's just a time waster.
It's like, it contributes to this big problem of not having these features in. It's a joke.
Okay, what I have resorted to doing is I'm looking at the comments that have been left.
Oh god.
This ought to be good.
Oh my god, it's always good.
Toons of the world, get hyped for Toonfest 2015.
Get hyped.
So excited. Thanks, TTR team. Oh, awesome. We sure missed Alec, didn't we? Wow, this is great. I am tuning up.
Oh, dude.
Alright, I'm definitely excited for this event. Can't wait to see him backstage.
Dude. This one says, happy birthday, TTR. Can't wait for the fun. Doodles, offices, last gag track, chairman, new areas, all would be great additions to TTR. Hope to see these items and more. I think that person is going to be severely disappointed within the next 3 years.
Oh, yeah. Yep, he's gonna.
Oh my god.
Maybe a bold statement, but I think Toontown Rewritten would sooner, like, go out of business or be shut down than add Doodles and field offices and all that crap.
Oh yeah, Josie Show would probably re-release TTO in that time.
What can you say? Fapping to the fanboys.
Oh well, I don't even know what else to add. But it's just
Yeah, I don't either. I guess all I can say is, if you like Toonfest, go be Toony. Go with all of your prepubescent friends and have the best time of your life doing absolutely nothing but standing around in a lag-ridden area with a lot of moving pixels that completely skip frames and just fuck everything up while everyone's lagging and crashing, and celebrating the fact that a dead game is being revived on a shitty server and is being done so in a way that is unoriginal, even though TTR guaranteed new content and an original thing. I'm just going on a limb and saying this because my prediction is they're just going to open up the Toonfest area once again, the BBQHQ, wherever that shit was, and it's just going to be another FAP session all around there. So, TTR, you have failed to impress me once again.
I mean, some maybe
at all.
Yeah, exactly. Some may say give them a break. They're doing this as volunteer work, but that's not really the problem. The thing is, at the beginning of the year, they said this year would be filled with all sorts of like a new website design, most of the features, a lot of new content. We're already two-thirds through the year. Hell, we're almost 3/4 through the year. All I've seen is tweaks and a Bosswood HQ update. I haven't seen anything else good. Bosswood HQ update, that was pretty good. Like content creator wise, the model was good. We already went over this, but they promised all this. They promise too much stuff, and they can't deliver on it. That's where we have the issue. For example, again, this isn't going to be a Storm Cellbot thing, but I just want to bring up. They said it would come in sometime in July. It came. What, the first week in August, was it?
It was like late.
So
yeah, first week of August. I mean, wasn't too far off, but still, like a month. A month is a month.
Yeah, and we've seen behavior like this before with the elections and all that sort of stuff. How they just set these deadlines, say they're going to do this, do that, but they never do. And I don't see why. Yeah.
On top of that, you just said that that excuse they make was that they're volunteers. Well, here's the thing. Every single Toontown server we have seen in existence is volunteer work. Unless they are making money out of it, it's not volunteer work. So, every single Toontown server is volunteer work. So, TTI clearly has a better talent for volunteer work.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, just so like this video isn't completely off subject. Some things that I've been looking at the Toontown or the Toonfest 2015 article. There's two things I want to address. First is this thing they're calling the Prep for Toonfest contest. Toonfest contest. That's a mouthful. So if you click on it, it shows a link. Enter the Prep for Toonfest contest. Yada yada yada. What do you have to do? It looks like you have to draw a picture showing, like, what? I don't know. Here, let's read it. To enter, use your imagination. Think of a decoration, outfit, accessory, or small activity that you would like to see at Toonfest. Draw a picture or a diagram of it along with a short note describing your idea. I feel like they've done this before. Like, wasn't there...
They have in TTO, but that's just it, from what I remember.
Huh. Alright, so... It looks like just a simple art contest or like an idea contest, so... alright, nothing too special about that. I might just draw a pic... Wait, what? What is this?
Yeah?
Oh,
what?
This was posted like a month and a half ago. Oh.
Yeah, it already closed.
Oh, okay, never mind. That's not even worth going over then. In that case, the next thing I wanted to show is... Okay, another bit of Toontown Rewritten bragging that they put on this update is, look at this. Toontown has over 630,000 registered players. Now, is that Toons or is that accounts? No one shall know. It's probably Toons.
Multiple accounts, most likely.
Yeah. A peak population of 6,134 Toons. Over 250,000 cogs smashed daily. I don't know about that. And the most Toontastic fans in the Tooniverse have got. Okay, look at this. To put that in cog terms, Toontown has grown more than 400% in the past year. That is not true. Toontown Rewritten has maybe grown more than 400% in the past year, but Toontown has definitely not grown more than 400%. It is probably decreased by 400% in comparison to the stats that the original Toontown had.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a mouthful. I don't know if that's just a typo or if Toontown is getting a little bit too big for their britches, but yeah, that's another thing I'd like to address. So other than that, I really don't think there's much else. I
totally lost hope this time last year. This time last year, before Toonfest, it was great. It was absolutely great. It was 1,000 people on at a time. That was perfectly fine. The moderation team, non-existent. There was like lots of helpful people. I always had fun playing this game. Toonfest came, bam. Server crashes until the end of the year. Just crash. Just non-stop crashes for the next 3 months. Moderation team stepped in. I got terminated 3 times. I'm not going to go into that because we have fuckloads of videos on that subject. Too many to even count, but it just changed. It all changed a year ago.
Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Fire Nation.
When the Goshi
attacked.
Nation attacked. What were you saying, John?
In this case, when the bias tunes attacked.
Oh, Jonathan. Oh, you should read us that little thing you have.
I should. Hang on.
What is this?
So yeah, Jonathan created his avatar and basically he put a description to his tune. So he's gonna go read that out.
You can find me on DeviantArt. Just track me down, search up Jonathan the dog, and you should be able to find me.
Is this something I could show on the screen right now?
Yes, you could. You want me to link you to it?
Yeah, definitely do that. I'll just edit it onto the screen so you can look at it.
Alright, there's the link. Anyway, here's my statement on DeviantArt. Once upon a time, there was a boy that played what was at the time quite a fun game and still some fun to this day. But then everything changed when the bias tunes attacked. And from there on out, the game was tough to play. But it only increased his loyalty to strong soldiers and the non-biased tunes as well.
Well said, Jonathan. Well said. TTR, it's a lost cause. I think I'm gonna create a solo video of me ranting more on just TTR in general, but fuck around-itis. Just plain old fuck around-itis. There's nothing else to say. And I'm sorry. True, Andrew. I'm sorry for cursing a lot in your videos, Tom. I know you don't like that, but
It's
still,
it's fine.
is.
It's fine. I don't care.
It is fuck around-itis.
Wait, are we recording?
Yeah, we've been recording for like.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're 23 minutes in, and I think that's honestly time enough. Cause I don't know. Why did you join in the middle, Andrew?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Say
man.
hi to YouTube, Andrew.
I am so sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But anyway, I guess that's a good stopping point for the video, just because we've kind of gotten off everything about Toonfest 2015 and just the general rundown of why TTR is sort of a step behind. So, any last comments, guys?
Nope, I think you did pretty good.
Jonathan?
TTR.
No, not really, but this was a really good discussion. I'm glad I was... Oh,
Andrew,
sorry.
get out of here!
Continue.
Alright, what were you going to say, Jonathan?
TTR, unless you can pull off some miracle, TTR, unless you can pull off some miracle, which I highly doubt you'll be able to.
Well, actually,
you're gonna
Jonathan,
be losing players.
Yeah, this miracle you're talking about, technically it's not a miracle at all. It's just having common sense to change things.
Well, if that's the case, then they don't have any help at all.
In perspective, it's a miracle for TTR to see common sense, but really, it's just you just got to do some simple things to make things better. Just some simple changes.
Just the little things in life.
Yeah, the little things. And TTR, we all know they're not going to do that. So, and actually, yeah, it is a miracle.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and end the video off there. If you like this video, go ahead and like it. I'll put Rocky's channel in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching. Get prepared for Toonfest 2015. And yeah.
Yay, Toonfest!
Yay!
Hold up, are we at... Is that actually serious? Are you guys serious?
Yes, just watch the video when I post it.
Toonfest is going to be fun!
Okay, Alright. So, anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.
See you guys.
Yep.